We open in a mysterious room. It's dark and there are no lights except the distant shimmer of 100 small spheres. A tall, cloaked figure steps forward from the darkness.
The one with the power to vanquish the Dark Lord approaches. Born to those who have thrice defied him, born as the seventh month dies. And the Dark Lord will mark him as his equal, but he will have power the Dark Lord knows not. And either must die at the hand of the other, for neither can live while the other survives. The Chosen One's story has been told, heard by every daughter and son. Born in the light of the seven, but Potter was not the only one. Another was born as brave as he, though he could see it none. You've heard half the tale, now see the rest. There is another Chosen One.
Hogwarts, an empty classroom. Our heroes are in the middle of an argument, and everyone knows that you don't argue with Ginny Weasley.
I don't understand why you'd say no.
We could literally die.
It was sealed long ago.
No, I'm not doing it.
It's not much I'm asking. Just break in and steal that sword.
That's actually a lot.
It's what Harry would have done. So get on board.
Rude.
Come on. Aren't you sick of sitting around and doing nothing?
Sitting around and doing nothing keeps us safe. Keeps everyone safe.
No, it doesn't. Not in the long run. None of us are safe here.
Lots of students haven't come back this year. I wonder if they've run away too.
Harry didn't run away, Luna. He's doing something important.
Like what?
Well, I'm not sure exactly.
He's never been very good at sharing ideas.
That's because there are no ideas. He doesn't have a clue, just like the rest of us. I mean, people are disappearing every single day. I mean, for all we know, they've already caught him.
Neville, don't.
I don't think you're thinking all this through.
Probably not.
Harry's gone. How could you know what he'd do?
I'm his girlfriend.
Change around us. It's not just points at stake.
No, I know.
The
but-
thought of losing you is more than I can take.
Neville, I know this is scary, but we need to do this. Some things are worth the risk.
I still don't see how stealing a sword is going to help Harry.
That sword belongs to Harry. Dumbledore left it to him in his will. That has to mean something.
So you want us to defy the Death Eaters currently running our school, break into the headmaster's office, steal an ancient wizarding artifact to which none of us has any claim, and somehow get it back to the Gryffindor common room. Anything else?
And get it to Harry.
Oh yes, of course, and get it to your boyfriend who's missing. Probably dead.
He's not dead.
Sorry. No, he's not.
Are you going to help me or not?
Neville, please?
We won't get a better shot than tonight.
But you don't know that.
It's our chance to make all of this
I
right.
say we do it.
Okay, fine, but it's your fault if we all die.
I accept. The world is turning upside down before us. I don't quite know what's in store for us. But step one, we've gotta steal that sword.
Hey, what's going on in here? Where are you off to?
Nothing, Seamus, just leave it.
If you're planning something, I want in.
Me too.
Absolutely not. I mean, it's bad enough that we're planning this, let alone that we have to...
If it's dangerous, you'll need help. And if it's anything to do with causing destruction, you'll definitely need mine.
We do not need your help.
Neville, don't pull a Harry. Let people help you. We're stronger together.
She's right. No one gets left behind.
There's strength in numbers,
We can help.
a chain with no weakest link,
We can't wait here.
or stand
I
aside.
know, okay? Just please let me think.
Neville, you know they can help us. We need lookouts. Dumbledore's army existed for a reason.
Okay, fine, but I still think you're going to get us all killed.
Come on, Gryffindor. There's your sense of adventure.
You're right. Let's do this.
Yes!
All for one and one for all. Time to make these powers fall. The world is turning upside down before us. I don't quite know what's in store for us. But step one, we've gotta steal that
that sword.
Excited and determined, the students headed towards the headmaster's office, the Halloween feast providing the perfect distraction. But just as Luna managed to confound the gargoyle, Snape appeared, eyes and wand flashing. The others managed to escape, but our trio are turned over to the Carrows and get their first taste of discipline under the new management. And there can be no doubt now that things have well and truly changed at Hogwarts.
Neville, Ginny! Where's Luna?
She's okay. We got her to the bottom of the Ravenclaw Tower before we came back here.
Ginny, your face.
I'm okay. Just a few bruises. I fell and hit a desk when they cursed me.
When they cursed you?
Yep. The Carrows don't play around. Cruciatus.
What?
It's okay. It's okay. We're okay.
Neville, you okay?
Fine.
You want to sit down?
No, I'm fine.
Neville, man, maybe you should...
I said I'm fine!
Yeah, you seem fine to me.
Sorry. God,
We're okay. You're okay.
No, we're not okay. This is not okay. This is mental. I mean, teachers don't curse students. Death Eaters are not teachers. We have to do something.
Now you're talking my language.
Well, what can we do? There's barely any of us left, let alone kids who want to fight.
We'll start small. I mean, remember when Fred and George were here? I mean, I could barely make it around the corner without walking into one of their pranks. Ginny, do you think you could get a message to them for some supplies?
Definitely.
They want to be teachers? Let's see if they got what it takes. Has everyone still got their coins?
Yes.
You do?
We weren't about to leave you all hanging again. Not after last year. After Dumbledore. We want to help.
That's great. Well then, let's get planning. Dumbledore's army is back in business.
And so, with the DA back up and running, Snape and the Death Eaters soon found that things were not going quite as smoothly as they'd hoped. In fact, there was far too much hope amongst the students for them to control. A current of rebellion was flowing from house to house, and every day brought new writing on the walls. Literally. Dumbledore's army, still recruiting, was etched on every surface a student might see, and no matter how quickly they were removed, there was always seemed to be the fresh ones to take their place. The Carrows often found their classrooms enveloped by Peruvian instant darkness powder, or full of decoy detonators, and even the threat of torture was not enough to stamp out the hope that these small acts of protest brought. The DA continued to meet, using the coins to change location for each meeting. Sometimes the room was full, sometimes it was only 3 or 4, depending on who was in detention or who had managed to escape their common rooms. But their purpose was always the same, to plan and to take action.
Well, it looks like it might just be the two of us today, Luna.
Yes, it has gotten rather late. I hope everyone's all right.
Well, they'll be okay. I know the Carrows were planning some extra patrols for tonight. They probably just couldn't risk it.
Those extendable ears really have come in handy. I'm sorry, though, that your evening is wasted.
Wasted? What do you mean?
Well, there's not much we can do here together by ourselves. So I should probably get back to the tower.
No.
No?
Well, we could, I mean, well, we never really get the chance to talk anymore. We could just
Talk.
talk.
Should we start talking now?
Yeah, we probably should. How's your father doing?
Oh, Dad's quite happy. He's selling so many copies thanks to his new expose on the Roxburgh conspiracy that he's had to make a second printing.
You don't think it might have anything to do with him telling the truth about Harry by any chance? I mean, reporting what the prophet can't?
Oh, I suppose that might be helping too. We're proud to be doing our bit to support him, but it's more likely to be the Roxburghs.
Right. Do you worry about him?
Harry?
Well, yes, but I meant, do you worry about your father?
Yes.
I mean, not because of the Raxburghs.
No, I know, because of the Death Eaters. You must worry about your gran.
I do. But she's feisty. If I was a Death Eater, I think I'd be more scared of her. I worry about you, too.
Yes, because we're friends. Friends care for each other.
Yes, friends.
I like being your friend because you make me feel warm. Not strange.
You're not strange, Luna. No, okay, maybe a little. I mean, that's why we like you. You're unique. I mean, maybe if things weren't so awful.
Maybe we could be more than friends. Do you remember that dark cold day last November when I had lost my way in the woods and you found me? I still remember the feeling of warmth still an ember that I still feel when I'm with you in this cold, empty room where you found me. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's a long road ahead. This is only the beginning, and I wish I could be with you instead. There's a time for this and a time for us, a future love for us to discuss, but there's a time to stand up, and that's right now, and maybe we can survive this somehow, and I'll be waiting for you when all of this is through. But right now, there's so much left to do.
I still remember. I think about that day in November. Whenever I feel like the world could end in the blink of an eye, you found me. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's a long road ahead. This feels like an ending, and I wish I could be with you instead. There's a time for this and a time for us, a future love for us to discuss. But there's a time to stand up, and that's right now, and maybe we can survive this somehow, and I'll be waiting for you when all of this is through. But right now, there's so much left to do.
I will always remember how I feel tonight. The love that is shining through. You are the light in my darkest days. Now I've found you.
I will remember the dawn of love so tender, the love that I longed for so much longer than last
November, but you will find me.
and I'll be waiting for
But
you.
you will find me.
I'll be waiting for
But
you.
you will find me when all of this is through.
While hope was always present at Hogwarts, the presence of two dark shadows was never far behind. The Carrows seemed hell-bent on making the lives of each and every non-conforming student a living hell, hoping to break them, sometimes literally.
Get up, you whiny little worm. You should know by now that we do not tolerate any resistance paraphernalia here.
Go on, sis. Let's make her pay.
Please, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's too late for that now, my little turnip. Now what to do with you? Fear in their eyes, it's a thrill to witness. And I can't believe that we are in this situation that we seem to find ourselves in. It's so delicious. Holding that breath as we walk by. Dear brother, look, they're scared to die. But unluckily for them, we'll drag it out a while longer. Hear them cry, close the doors, turn out the lights. We're not holding back tonight.
Stop!
Did someone say stop?
Yeah, someone did. Even a lowlife like you should know better than to pick on little kids.
Well, haven't quite got the message, have you yet, Longbottom? Perhaps you should be picked on by someone her own size?
What?
You heard him. You do it.
No, I won't.
No.
Dear Neville, you dared to disobey. I fear what will happen. Can we look the other way? I'd hate to see your pretty face cut out, brother. What do you say?
Well, my dear sister, what have I become? How dare I sit back and let you have all the fun? It's time for us to show Longbottom how we get things done. Close the doors, turn out the lights. We're not holding back tonight. Crucia.
But as the weeks went on, instead of making people more afraid, the story of Neville's bravery spread far and wide, just like every well-kept secret at Hogwarts. While the younger students begged to join the fight, Neville and the others insisted that it was the older students who would keep them safe. They staged a number of detention escapes, throwing themselves in harm's way to protect the innocent. And soon, they had the marks to prove it. But it wasn't just news from the inside the castle that was troubling. The outside world was becoming more and more dangerous day by day. Children were disappearing at an alarming rate. As soon as a parent on the outside began causing trouble, their child was nowhere to be seen. The train home at Christmas felt more like a trap than a trip.
Mom said she can't meet us at the station. They're looking for Dad now, too. I always knew those plugs would come back to haunt us.
Dad's separating us both back. He didn't want any spies following behind.
Gran will be there. She says she's not that easily scared. She's not wrong.
I wonder how many people will come back.
They don't have much choice, do they?
They could go on the run, I suppose, like Dean.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend running if I were you.
Let her go!
No can do, lover boy.
And don't try anything funny. One wrong move and you might find a worm just slips.
It's all right. I'm all right.
Not for long.
What exactly do you think you're doing?
Not that it's any of your business, little blood trader, but we've had some instructions.
Someone's daddy hasn't been very good now, has he?
Spreading lies, wasn't he?
They're not lies.
Don't do anything stupid, Weasley. We don't want anyone getting hurt.
Oh, don't we? The Dark Lord has asked us to do his business. We have a job to do, there'll be no witness. Oh, stand down, little girl, or you'll regret what we'll do next.
Friends can't help you where you're going now. You can thank your father, that baboon, that clown. He should have learned to keep his crazy mouth shut. Well, he'll know now. Close the doors, turn out the lights. We're not holding back tonight. Not
No!
No one could enjoy Christmas, knowing what had happened on the train. And as the holidays continued, there was still no sign of Luna. Owls to her father went unanswered, and although Neville checked his coin every day, there was nothing to be seen. Neville tried to keep his spirits up. Maybe he would arrive to the Hogwarts Express and see Luna there, smiling at him from the platform. but she never came. Ginny was quiet on the ride back. The Weasleys had spent the holidays making plans to go into hiding. The ghoul would only act as cover for so long, and they hadn't heard sight nor sound of Ron for months. Ginny had begged to stay home, to be with them, but Molly had insisted that as long as she was a student and under the watchful eye of the real Hogwarts staff, she could not be safer. Ginny didn't care about being safe. She cared about being with her family. Neville began roaming the halls at night. It wasn't to cause trouble for a change. He just couldn't lie still, knowing that someone, somewhere, had Luna. He knew she wouldn't stay silent, so someone was keeping her that way, and he missed her.
I don't know what's going to happen, and it's a long road ahead. This wasn't meant to be an ending, and I wish you could be with me instead. Will there be a time for this, or a time for us? A future love for us to discuss. But I will find you. I will find you. I promise I'll find you.
Outside the castle, the rumors only grew. Disappearances, followed by deaths, had everyone on edge. The numbers in the DA began to dwindle. Risking yourself was one thing, but risking your family was a different one.
I'm just saying, if we could plan one big event, something epic, it could really rally people, get their spirits up. All we need is some help.
And who exactly are we going to ask? It's not just a case of us versus them now. They've taken people's families. No one is safe anymore.
But that's just it. No one is safe. So if no one is safe, we have nothing to lose.
We have everything to lose.
I don't.
Well, I do. I can't stay here anymore.
You don't mean that.
Don't you dare tell me what I mean. I am sick and tired of people telling me how I feel. You don't know how I feel.
No, I'm sorry. It's just... we need you. They need you. I need you.
You're not the only person who needs me, Neville.
Your parents are okay, Jin. I promise.
They're under surveillance, kept on file, prime suspects in the hunt for undesirable number one. And I'm sitting here doing nothing except scribbling graffitis on walls.
Jin, Harry hasn't even...
Don't you think I know that? We don't know where he is, if he's alive, if my brother is alive, Hermione, Luna. I can't sit in this school like a sitting duck. I have to help.
You have to help here. Hogwarts is home.
No, I'm sorry, Neville, but that's just not the case for me. I love it here. I love the people here, but I belong with my family. I'm going home.
Ginny.
My boyfriend might be dead, and my brother has one ear. My best friend got kidnapped, but I'm still freaking here. I'm done with all this waiting around. There's so much we have to do. There's a war going on out there. I can't just stay here and be with you. It's time to be brave and it's time to be strong. And Gryffindor's where you belong. They can knock me down, but again I'll rise like a phoenix from the ashes right before your eyes. If you look closer, I think you might find I'm stronger than 6 Weasley brothers combined.
DA members were willing to help with small things, but once Michael Corner was caught releasing a first year, people started to get truly scared. Instead of long summer days, the sky seemed to remain a murky shade of gray, darkening as April continued. Neville alone continued to cause trouble, spurred on by his grandmother, who assured him that the Death Eaters had more to worry about from her than she did from any of them. But the Carrows were relentless, and Neville was quickly becoming their favorite punching bag. One morning at breakfast, a familiar brown owl swooped down with a letter.
Dear Neville, well done, boy. You've obviously riled them up well and good. Your parents would be so proud. I had some visitors last night who were none too friendly. Not to worry, I left them begging for mercy and have made my way underground. Don't do anything foolish like worry. They'll have a fine job of trying to catch me after that one. Now keep it up and give them hell. Grand. What on earth?
Well, what do we have here?
A little troublemaker.
He's not so little anymore. In fact, I'm not sure he really fits the Hogwarts student profile anymore. What do you say, sister?
Absolutely. Sounds like your education is coming to an end, Longbottom.
Is that right?
Now is not the time to be smart, boy. Now is the time to come quietly before something happens to one of these little worms here.
We've taken the school. We've taken your friends. I'm sorry, dear Longbottom. This is the end. We're taking you down. We're making this right. Yes, this sad tale of yours ends tonight. Close the doors, turn out the lights. We're not holding back tonight.
Petrificus Totalis!
Before either Carrow could blink, Neville had struck Amicus in the chest with his spell. Using the one split second he had, he ran up through the school, twisting and turning as fast as his legs would carry him, the sounds of the Carrows following close behind. He had known the spell wouldn't hold him for long. Desperately, he racked his brains, trying to think of somewhere to hide. Then it hit him. He had one chance. He had to get there. 3 times he ran up and down the corridor.
I need to hide. I need to be protected. I need to be safe.
Once, twice, 3 times. A door appeared, and Neville threw himself inside, slamming the door behind him. The room was empty, except for one lone mirror in the far corner. Moving cautiously towards it, Neville let out a yell and looked over his shoulder. But there was no one there. He turned back to the mirror, heart pounding.
Dad?
He had almost not recognized them. They were so healthy and happy and whole. Eyes bright and smiling, they knew exactly who he was. He stared into their faces, wishing they were really there, but knowing he was alone.
I'm scared. I don't know what to do.
You can only be brave when there's something to fear. I run headfirst into the fray. And never forget that we will always be right here. Neville, never going away.
I have a choice to make right now. Do I sit back, or do I choose to be brave? Not the one people save. Harry was chosen long ago, but it could have been me, which should have set me free. He was the one marked by fate. It's been a difficult road to navigate, but now I know I am the other chosen one. This is what I was born to do. Time to fight the darkness and help the light break through. I am the other chosen one, stronger than ever before. I'm ready to stand up and kick down the door. I am the other chosen one. Watch as I learn to be brave. chosen one. What's the worst that they could do? They've taken everything from me, but they can never take you. I made my luck choice a long time ago. I won't sit back, I'm gonna stand up and I'll fight, because we know what is right. Harry will be here, I know that he will, but we need to prepare for what's in store. We've got to win this war. I'll fight for my mom and I'll fight for my dad. I'm ready to die, if that's what I have to do. Luna, I'm coming for you. I am the other chosen one. This is what I was born to do. Time to fight the darkness and help the light break through. I am the other chosen one. Watch as I learn to be brave. I'll embrace the fear, I'm not afraid to be afraid. I am the other chosen one. What's the worst that they could do? They've taken everything from me, but they'll never break us, they'll never take me, and they'll never take you.
So Neville was safe. He knew what to ask for, and he wasn't afraid to ask. Whenever he needed the room provided. Although when he had gotten hungry, he had been surprised to find the addition of a portrait of a young girl. She beckoned him forward, and he followed her down a long tunnel where he met Aberforth and learned who Ariana truly was. After that, she kept him company, never speaking, but always watching, happy to lend an encouraging smile as Neville started to fill the room around him. 3 days had passed before the door opened.
Who's there? Stand back.
Neville?
Seamus?
Neville, man, I thought you were dead.
Not yet. What's going on? How did you get in here?
Well, after you disappeared, things had gotten a little hairy. Caros came after me, so I decided I needed a safe space to lie low. Came here, and the door just appeared for me.
I'm so glad you're here.
I wouldn't say we'll be alone for much longer.
And Seamus was right. Every day or two, the door would open, everyone holding their breath, until a friend walked through. Ernie Macmillan was next in the door. His loyalty to Harry had pushed the Caros one step too far. He was followed by Terry Boot and Michael Corner. Soon Lavender, the Batils, and Anthony Goldstein. Each brought a snippet of news more exciting than the next. And when Neville thought to ask the room for a radio, Potter Watch was listened to with reverence.
Keep twiddling those dials, folks. The next password will be scarred. Keep each other safe, keep faith, good night.
There's just no way.
A dragon?
You know what this means, don't you?
Neville, give him a rest. He's not...
Harry has to be coming here. He's doing something. Can't you see? Attacking all of their strongholds. I mean, the Ministry, Gringotts. Hogwarts has to be on the list.
Harry is not stupid enough to come here.
He's stupid enough to fly a dragon.
Fair point.
I'm telling you, he's on his way. I know it.
The door opens to reveal a very out-of-breath Padma Patil.
Hogsmeade, the Caterwall, they think it's Harry.
If it is Harry, we've got to be ready. Where's Ariana?
She's not in her frame.
Never mind. She'll be back soon. We've got to get ready. Get your coins. Call the others.
All of them?
All of them. Call up the army, tonight's the night. We need everyone, every hand. Send out the call him out of hiding, cause no one knows what Harry's planned.
Dumbledore's army will rise again, stronger than ever before.
We've got one chance to fight, let's make it count. It's time to settle this score. So stand up and fight for what we believe. Stand up and fight.
Stand up and fight.
Stand up and fight.
Stand up and fight for those we've lost along the way. We won't back down, we won't retreat. We'll stand up and fight for what we believe. Stand up and
We
fight.
can do this together.
We're not alone.
It's what Harry would want us to do. Side by side, we'll lead the way. We'll fight till all this is through. Call them back, send out the call. Gather the many and few. Stay with me until the very end. I'm not alone if I have you. So stand up and fight for what we believe. Stand up and fight.
Stand up and fight.
Stand up and fight.
Stand up and fight for those we lost along the way. We won't back down, we won't retreat. We'll stand up and fight for what we believe. Stand up and
Fight
fight.
for good, let them hear our cries. Dumbledore's army is ready to rise. We'll fight for our school and we'll fight for our lives. We're broken and bruised, but we will survive.
We're not backing down, cause I've got your back. We're ready to fight. We're fighting for good, let them hear our cries. Dumbledore's army is ready to rise. We'll fight for our school and we'll fight for our lives. We're broken and bruised, but we will survive.
We're not backing down, cause
I've got your back. We're ready to fight. Harry? We're taking the school back.